Good morning, students of class 9. Open your political science textbooks. Chapter 1 is not in the syllabus. So we move to chapter 2. What is democracy? Why democracy? Let us go to page 23, 2.1. What is democracy? Basically, we have two types of governments, democratic and non-democratic governments. Let us define democracy. The simple definition is, democracy is a form of government where the rulers are elected by the people. This is a very simple and common definition. But with examples, you will understand more of what democracy is. The first example. In Myanmar, the army officials are the real rulers, but they are not elected by the people. Those who are in control of the country become its rulers. People have no say in this decision making. Example 2. Pinochet, a dictator, was not elected. I will give you other examples. The King of Nepal and Saudi Arabia are not elected. They rule as they belong to the royal family. They are successors to the throne. But students, democracy is people's rule. The above definition will bring every government under democracy. Therefore, we need to carefully distinguish between a government, that is a democracy, and one that pretends to be one. We move on to page 26, 2.2. Features of democracy. With a simple definition of democracy, many questions arise like, who are the rulers? Which decisions may be taken by non-elected officials in a democracy? What kind of elections make a democratic election? Who are the people who can elect the rulers and get elected? What kind of government is democracy? Is it necessary for a democracy to respect some rights of citizens? These questions will be answered with the help of examples. We will classify them as features of democracy. First, major decisions made by elected leaders. In October 1999, General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in Pakistan. He overthrew the democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive. Later, he became the president. In 2002, he held a referendum that granted him a 5-year extension. The legal framework that was passed gave the president the power to dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. The National Security Council was dominated by military officers. Elections were held, members were elected, but the final power rested with military officers and General Musharraf. So, can Pakistan be called a democracy? No. Why? Because people elected their representatives, but they were not really the rulers. They did not take the final decisions. These decisions were made by army officials, and none of them were elected by the people. This gives us the first feature of democracy. Please underline it in your book. In a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. Second, free and fair electoral competition. In China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years, electing members to the National People's Congress, which in turn appoints the president. It has about 3,000 members. Now pay very careful attention. However, to contest elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party, called the CCP. Therefore, the government is always formed by the CCP. Elections do not offer people any choice. It seems they have a choice, but in practice, they have no choice. Thus, the ruling party could not be defeated even if the people were against it. There are no fair elections. Therefore, the second feature of democracy is a democracy must be based on free and fair elections, where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. The third, one person, one vote, one value. There are a few examples of denial of equal right to vote. Until 2015, Saudi Arabia did not allow its women to have the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. As democracy is on the principle of political equality, these countries cannot be called democracies. Therefore, the third feature is each adult citizen must have one vote, and each vote must have one value. Go to the fourth. Rule of law and respect for rights. President Mugabe of Zimbabwe was a popular leader who won independence for his country, Zimbabwe. He became the president and belonged to the ZANU-PF. However, he used unfair practices during elections. The constitution was changed several times to increase his powers and make him less accountable. Opposition parties were harassed and their meetings disrupted. Public protests and demonstrations were declared illegal. The media was controlled by the government. The government even ignored some court judgments. In 2017, he was forced out of office. There should be enough room for normal political activity. The state should respect some basic rights of the citizens. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of the law. The rights must be protected by an independent judiciary and obeyed by everyone. Every major decision has to go through a series of consultation. Now we get our fourth feature of democracy. A democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights. Now we go to the summary of the definition. At the start, we had a very simple definition for democracy, which gave rise to a number of questions. Now, students, by the various examples given, we find the definition inadequate. We came up with 4 basic features of democracy as a form of government. Therefore, democracy is a form of government in which, number 1, rulers are elected by the people who take all major decisions. Elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. This choice and opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis. And the last, the exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of the Constitution and citizens' rights.